went to Africa to do a little hunting. When they got to Africa, they put on their red caps and they picked up their guns and they went into the jungle and they all began shooting at some lions. When suddenly one very, very old lion looked closely at Lafcadio and said, "Hey, wait a minute. Don't I know you?" Here's a very, very old lion. A little bit tired and droopy looking, isn't he? "I don't think so," said Lafcadio. "Well, how come you are shooting at us?" said the old lion. "Because you are a lion and I am a hunter," said Lafcadio. "That's why." "You are not a hunter," said the old lion, looking at him even closer. "You are a lion. I can see your tail sticking out from under your jacket. You are definitely a lion." And here's Lafcadio as a hunter. If you look closely, you can see his tail coming out from behind his jacket. "Dear me," said Lafcadio. "Dear me, so I am. I had almost completely forgotten about it." "What is going on here, Lafcadio?" said the hunters. "Stop talking to those lions and start shooting those lions." "Don't listen to him," said the old lion. "You are a lion, just like us. Help us, and after we finish with these hunters, we'll all go back into the jungle and sleep in the sun and swim in the river and play in the tall grass and eat some nice raw rabbits and have a wonderful time." "Raw rabbits," said Lafcadio. "Phew!" "Don't listen to him," said the hunters. "You are a man just like us. Help us, and after we finish with these lions, we'll sail back to America and go to some wonderful parties and play badminton and drink buttermilk and have a wonderful time." "Buttermilk," said Lafcadio. "Phew!" "Well," said the man, "if you are a man, you had better help us shoot those lions, because if you are a lion, we are certainly going to shoot you." "Well," said the old lion, "if you are a lion, you had better help us eat up those men, because if you are a man, we are certainly going to eat you up. So make up your mind." Grumph. "Make up your mind, Lafcadio," said the man. "Make up your mind," they all said together. And poor Lafcadio the Great, he couldn't make up his mind. He certainly wasn't really a lion anymore, and he certainly wasn't really a man. And here's Lafcadio with the lion, and he looks very perplexed, like he can't make up his mind. Poor, poor Lafcadio. What do you do when you don't want to be a hunter and you don't want to be a lion? "Look," he said, "I don't want to shoot any lions, and I certainly don't want to eat up any of you hunters. I don't want to stay here in the jungle and eat raw rabbits, and I certainly don't want to go back into the city and drink buttermilk. I don't want to chase my tail, but I don't want to play bridge either. I guess I don't belong in the hunter's world, and I guess I don't belong in the lion's world. I guess I just don't belong anywhere," he said. And with that, he shook his head, and he put down his gun, and he picked up his hat, and he sniffled a couple of times, and he walked away over the hill, away from the hunters and away from the lions. And he walked and walked, and soon from far away he could hear the sound of the hunters shooting the lions, and he could hear the sound of the lions eating up the hunters. And he really didn't know where he was going, but he did know he was going somewhere, because you really do have to go somewhere, don't you? And he really didn't know what was going to happen to him, but he did know that something was going to happen, because something always does, doesn't it? And the sun was beginning to go down behind the hill, and it was getting a little chilly in the jungle, and a warm rain was beginning to fall, and Lafcadio the Great walked into the valley alone. Look behind him, up on the hill. There are all the hunters, there are all the lions, and there goes Lafcadio down the hill. And that was the last I ever heard of Lafcadio the Great. I certainly thought that he would have at least dropped me a line to say hello, or maybe even sent me a little something for my birthday, which is September 25th, in case any of you children care to know. But so far, not a word from him, and not a word about him either. Of course, I do get news of him. I'll be sure to let you know. And who knows? You may even meet him before I do. Maybe on your way to school, or maybe in the movies, or maybe in the park, or maybe in an elevator, or maybe in the barbershop, or maybe just walking down the street. Maybe even at the store, buying 5 or 6 dozen boxes of marshmallows. He just loves marshmallows. The end.